welcome on over to the Toyota Elephant Passage demonstration. Thank you all for joining us. This space was brought to you by your local Toyota stores. My name is Ariana. Out here with me is our Elephantastic Care team. Thank you all for spending your day here with us at Denver Zoo and coming to learn more about our ancient elephants. If you need more space, there is plenty of room over towards the waterfall where I'm speaking here. You're welcome to spread out a little bit. We do have 5 Asian elephants here at the Denver Zoo, and sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between who is who. Does anybody recognize who's joining us today? That's okay, no problem at all. So this is Billy and Jake. Jake is 12 and Billy is 13. So a couple of our younger males here. We can tell that it's Jake because he has backwards folding ears. So you'll notice he's the one kind of in the back there. But many people, like I said, we do have 5 male Asian elephants. Bodhi may choose to come down here. I'll talk a little bit more about that choice here in a minute. You may see one more join us, and that would be Bodhi. But you might be familiar with big herds of males, or of elephants on TV shows or documentaries. Here at the Denver Zoo, we do have all males. We have 5 boys here, and a lot of people are like, well, why do you have all males? It's a super great question. So for the most part, the big herds that you see in documentaries or maybe on the TV, those are matriarchal herds, meaning they're comprised of mothers and their babies. So lots of females. And it is natural for males, when they become aged to about 6 to 9, they're going to go off on their own. They're able to take care of themselves at that point, and those males often form something called a loose bachelor herd. So that's what we have here at Denver Zoo, is that loose bachelor herd. These males will spend some time together, maybe a day, maybe just hours. They'll hang out together, and then they will spread out and go off on their own. Maybe they'll come back, maybe they won't. That's why it is a loose bachelor herd. Just like some days, you might want to be alone, you might want some alone time. Anyone here kind of know when they need some time away from friends or family? Yeah, so our elephants need that space as well sometimes. So all of our elephants spend their time together in different social groupings, depending on what's going on with them behaviorally or hormonally. Our care team here has super great relationships with each of our elephants as an individual. And because of this, they're able to anticipate their social needs. Just like you could probably tell if a friend maybe needs some space or some time, our team here can kind of tell which elephants and what they might need. When you visit the rest of our exhibit here, you'll notice that there's actually over 10 acres of space that we can customize and rotate our animals through these different habitats. All of our males, all male elephants go through something called MUST, pronounced M-U-S-T, and that is a seasonal hormone change. And during this period of time, the testosterone hormone in males can be up to 60 times the normal amount. This is a normal process for male elephants, and it can last for several months. So during this time, our males are typically more independent, wanting their own space. And this home here at Toyota Elephant Passage is dedicated to our elephants so that if all 5 males were to go into MUST at the same time, we would have plenty of space for them to have their time. Some indicators of MUST include temporal lobe dripping. That's the gland on the side of their head. And you may also observe urine dripping. This might seem kind of yucky for us, but it's actually a super good indicator that our males are going through healthy cycles. Here at the Denver Zoo, we are a leader in innovative elephant care. We are home to the largest bachelor herd of elephants in North America. And we've been able to share our success with socializing male elephants with other zoos. Part of this success comes from the trainings which you are observing right now. The kind of training we use here at the Denver Zoo is called operant conditioning with a focus in positive reinforcement. This means that the style of training allows our elephants to choose whether they want to participate or not. You'll see our care team down here asking for behavior. The key word is asking. So the elephants, they still get a choice. If they didn't want to participate in today's session, like Bodhi down, he might be further down, but like Bodhi, he'll still get his full diet throughout the day. It's going to be his choice whether he wants to participate or not. They don't know what the word no means, so there's not going to be any punishment. They'll still get their full diet throughout the day. They'll just miss out on these yummy treats in our keeper's buckets. Along with that, if our elephants did something wrong, there also would be no punishment. You'll notice our keepers might not even react. You guys might not even know if they did something wrong. The keepers will simply just move on until the elephant does what we're asking the behavior. We use fresh produce items for these sections, and the whistle you hear is another way to communicate with that elephant clearly. So if you hear the whistle, that means our elephant did what our keeper is asking, and the treat is on its way. Building these positive relationships through the style of training is super important because it allows our elephants to participate in their own health care. With our elephants voluntarily participating, we can provide proactive health care. It's part of their routine to help us care for their feet, make sure there's no cracks in their tusks. We can possibly get blood samples if we need. We can look inside their mouth. All of those things while providing our elephants with that choice. Even behaviors, like you may have seen our two boys here doing, like kneeling down or getting all the way on the ground, serve multiple purposes. Our elephants here, they do weigh quite a bit. Let's see, Billy here weighs 9,625 pounds. So getting down and back off the ground is a really good exercise and keeps their muscles and joints healthy. It's also a great way for our keepers to look at the harder parts of their body to see, like the top of their head or their back. These behaviors all occur naturally, but they also can indicate if our elephant is feeling okay. For example, if Billy didn't want to get on the ground today, that could tell us that maybe he's a little sore from playing with the other elephants yesterday. We might need to take a closer look. When our elephants lift their trunk, you might also be able to take a good look at their tusks. Tusk care is definitely something we're always thinking about with our younger males. Some of the younger males have broken their tusk sparring or playing with enrichment items like logs. So through training and our positive relationship with them, we're actually able to train our elephants to stand still for an x-ray. X-rays can help us determine the best way to care for him. Our care team often checks our elephants' tusks to make sure that they don't need trimmed and there's no cracks forming. Another healthcare behavior that takes a lot of consistency and training is blood draw. Just like when you go to the doctor, these elephants are trained to stand quietly while blood is taken, and they get lots of yummy produce treats during and after the procedure. We screen regularly for a dangerous disease in elephants that can come up suddenly called EEHV. EEHV has been documented in elephants in nature and in human care. It's particularly dangerous to our young elephants. And the key with EEHV is early detection and donated plasma that can help save our elephants. Some of Denver Zoo's elephants are trained for a plasma donation. This is a much longer session, and our relationships develop through spending many hours working closely with our animals, feeding, cleaning, most importantly, training. The relationship between our zookeepers and the animal is very important, and it's key to the success of that longer plasma donation. Life-saving transfusions have been shared with other zoos across the country. Having healthy elephants is important because Asian elephants, like Billy and Jake here, are endangered. This means that there's only about 35,000 left. That might seem like a big number, but to put that number into perspective, do we have any Broncos fans out there today? Yeah, fantastic. So if you've been to the Mile High Stadium or you've seen a game on TV, When that stadium is sold out, it holds over 77,000 people. So that means that it holds over twice as many people as there are Asian elephants in the entire world, including the 5 that live here with us at Toyota Elephant Passage. Habitat loss is the main reason that Asian elephants are endangered. Cultivation of the crop known as palm oil is the leading cause of this habitat loss. Raise your hand if you've ever heard palm oil. A few of you? Fantastic, yeah. It's alright if you haven't heard of it, but you have probably used it. It's found in about 50% of products on grocery store shelves. It's in anything from candy, cosmetics, peanut butters, and hygiene products. What's happening in Southeast Asia is forests are being cut or burnt down in order to plant palm oil plantations. And those plantations, the product from those goes directly into the items we have on our shelves. This habitat loss is causing competition between humans and elephants. But there is a way to help, and that's by being aware of the products that you use that might contain palm oil. If you find one product that uses palm oil, you can definitely find a similar product that either uses no palm oil or possibly sustainably sourced palm oil. And this means that a forest isn't being cut down in order to produce that product. There's a really easy way to know if something is sustainably sourced or not. Our friends down at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs have created a free app called the Sustainable Palm Oil Shopping Guide. You can actually scan the barcode of the product that you're looking for in the grocery store, and it will tell you if that product comes from a sustainable source or not. If you search palm oil in your app store, it will come up. It's a green logo with an orangutan on it. Thank you all for helping out Asian elephants, like the ones you see here today. By downloading that app, collectively we can make a big difference for our animals. As a zoo-based conservation organization, our mission here at Denver Zoo is to inspire communities to save wildlife for future generations. Just by visiting today, your admission has contributed to conservation projects regionally and around the world. And this does conclude this morning's demonstration. Thank you all for coming out today, and enjoy the rest of your day here at Denver Zoo.